people being either more aware of you, like just whether it's on social media or like
from this event?
Yeah, about like just you being. I've noticed more people like noticing you or like being aware of you.
I wouldn't say it's from this event, because I wouldn't say it's from this event, but my profile has definitely like been just going up, but not from this event yet. I wouldn't say, but after Saturday night,
But,
who knows?
Yeah, do you treat an event like this as kind of a chance to really be a showcase? You know,
Yeah, I think that's
spectacular kind of thing.
You know, I'm not taking my opponent lightly or nothing like that, but that's what I think this fight is. I think this fight is for me to, go in there and showcase, my full arsenal, and if he can weather the storm, then he can. If he can't, then it'll be early night.
How was making weight this time around? You kind of went right back into it.
Yeah, it was hard, of course, because it's just tough making a 135-pound limit, but it was easier than the last fight because it's on Saturday night. It will be 43 days since my last fight, so it's been so soon. But it wasn't easy, but easier.
I asked you about this at the fight last weekend, but like, how do you feel about the way the WBC handled everything, elevating Lomachenko, putting you in that position? They talked about it a lot, but for everybody here.
I mean, I'm excited. I mean, I'm happy that they made me world champion. Of course, I got the good end of the stick, for once, kind of a little bit, as we could say, because they still not giving me the credit that I deserve. Even though I worked my way up, I was #1. I fought for the eliminated to become the mandatory, and they still have something to say. Which if it say it wasn't a franchise belt, say it never was a franchise belt, and I fought for the interim and Loma just vacated, say he went down to 130 or he 126 or whatever he did, and I got bumped up that way, would it still be a problem? I don't understand it, because that happens every day in boxing.
Which he would have done anyway. Like
yeah.
He's
so interim champions always bump up to world champions. So you can't really say too much because of this franchise situation or whatever. Only thing I don't understand with the franchise is how he can fight somebody and become undisputed, but the person that he's fighting can't. That makes no sense. Or how he can label himself undisputed and I still have a world championship belt and he only has the title. It's a confusing situation.
You're asking good questions. Those are legitimate questions.
Yes.
Phil, how did you feel about the kind of the way it all went down?
I mean, obviously you find sunshine in the whole situation, and for the pound-for-pound king that Lomachenko is described as, and for Devin to be his challenger, and then for him to concede and say, "Go ahead, young buck," you know what I mean? I got some other business that I want to take care of, that I see more. Devin described it as not as challenging. He had more fights that wasn't.
Yeah, he felt like it was some easier fights.
Some easier fights to be made. So with that saying that he has easier fights to be made, and it's not being Devin, that was a compliment within itself. Our belief, the interim fight was the world champion, or was the world championship. That's where he got the world championship belt.
He was never going to fight. Like they've been saying all along, he's going to drop back down. Like he'd give up that belt before he fought Devin.
Right.
He never.
Well, now they're kind of saying that maybe after he fights Comey or Lopez that he may fight me. That's what his team is saying to us. So we'll see.
What do you know about your opponent?
I don't know too much about him, because he just came up in like probably about a week. It's been about a week since.
That was my next question. How long did you have to train for him?
Yeah, so I don't really know too much. I've seen a little bit of footage of him, but I try not to watch too much footage of my opponents anyways. Hardly any, because a guy can watch me all day. It's tons and tons and tons of videos of me training, sparring, doing all that, and then a total different fighter comes in, the day of the fight. So I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna make adjustments, to whatever he brings.
What do you see in the videos that you see? That could pose a problem, or that you
Do you
have
expect
to
the
work on?
challenge? Do you expect this fight to be challenging?
He's actually pretty tall. Like he's like 5'11" or something like that. I think the biggest threat is him coming in hungry. Because now it's so much at stake. Everything is at stake. Beating me can change his whole entire life. So I know that it's a lot at stake, and whatever he has, the best thing that he does, he's gonna go in there and do it. So I just gotta be ready for whatever he brings.
How are you able to adjust so quickly in the ring? I know we talked about this when we sat down with the one fighter thing, but I think it's kind of fascinating.
I think it just comes with experience. I've been boxing for a while. I've been in there with the best. I've trained with many different styles, so I just go in there and just adjust.
Do you think you should win knockout of the year?
Definitely.
Yeah, you think it's the best you've seen this year?
Definitely. It's the best I've seen so far. It's been some crazy knockouts,
Yeah.
so especially on DAZN, it's been some crazy knockouts, but
Quite cold for
Nobody
that
can-
occasion.
nobody's been knockout messing with mine. That's enough.
What do you think about the Ryan Garcia knockout?
It was decent. It was alright. No, I take nothing away, but he went there, he did a good job, but his knockout wise, it wasn't messing with mine.
Devin, you're fighting on this platform where a lot of people who have never seen you, a lot of these kids are going to see you for the first time. I know fighters don't like to talk about going after the knockout, but that's what people are going to want to see on this fight. Do you think about that a lot and trying to give these fans a spectacular knockout to go home with?
I mean, every fight, that's the best way to win is to win by knockout. So, of course, if I can knock him out, I want to knock. I would love to knock him out. But if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But I'm definitely going to go in there and put everything on him. And like I said, if he can stand up, then kudos to him. He can stand up, and I get to show the bro my full arsenal. But I don't think that he will be able to.
How'd the Gervonta Davis stuff kind of start? I saw that back and forth.
I mean, he just keep doing interviews about me saying like how I didn't earn my belt and I need to fight for it and all that, so it just kind of irritated me a little bit. So I said, wow, why don't we fight? We can make the fight happen if you feel like I don't, deserve the belt.
He didn't really earn his either. It was, he jumped over Cancio in that
Yeah.
Super one wasn't really the belt.
That's what I said. That's what I said. That he was the. It was Machado. It was
Machado, sorry,
Machado
Cancer got it now, yeah.
Machado had the super title. He had the super belt. He was a regular champion. And then one day everybody just woke up and he was the super champion. So if he wants to go back to the history books, if he wants to go back, we could talk about him.
Is there one fight amongst that younger tier, whether it's Ryan, Gervonta, Teofimo, like that really motivates you for 2020? Is there?
All of them, because at the end of the day, I don't know which fight's gonna happen. All of them are big fights. I don't see the Ryan Garcia fight happening in 2020, even though I would like it to. I don't see that fight happening. I really think that if the big fight that will happen, if it happens in 2020, would be Loma.
Ryan mentioned that if you guys do fight, it could be the Mayweather-Pacquiao for this generation. What do you think of the winning?
I think so. I think the fans, they were already looking in on that fight, but they're really looking in on the fight now, and I think the fight is just getting bigger and bigger every day, and when it happens, it's gonna be huge.
So do you feel like the longer you wait, the bigger the fight gets?
Yeah, of course. As long as he keeps winning, I keep winning. We keep stirring it up. It'll be big.
Do you think, the making 135, do you think you can spend all of 2020 at 135, or does it have to change at some point?
I mean, I'll stay at 135 for the big fights, and it seems like I would have to stay there for almost all of 2020 to get the big fight, especially with Lomachenko. He's fighting. He wouldn't fight.
First quarter next year. Yeah.
He wouldn't fight Teofimo Comey till like June, they say, summertime. So I would have to.
Okay. Everyone good?
Good. Thanks. Good luck.
Go get them.
It's the fastest fight in the world.
I watched your 30-minute interview with Laura and I heard everything you had to say.
Good to see you again, Phil.
Good luck, Coach.
Yeah, I mean,
He's going to the gym.
the interview last week was.
Hey, what do you guys think the
interview
biggest?
I've ever
What do you think
seen.
the fight that can be made? The biggest fight. You guys all know boxing. What's the fight that can be made for him the next year?
Oh,
Yes.
I thought you were keeping that.
No big deal.
I'd be shocked if Aaron lets Lomachenko anywhere near you. Like that's,
Yeah.
So which one is going to happen? You think?
You might be able to go tank in, just because Showtime's gonna run out of money and Fox won't have
Right.
it.
That's what I'm saying. All right. Thanks, guys.
Take care.
Hi,
Good luck.
Bonnie.
I think also too, it needs to be noted